Hi, Adam. Welcome to the Explorance APAC Summit.
Thank you very much.
Happy that you joined us. Welcome to the Customer Success Zone. We wanted to capture your story. So wondering what prompted your journey with Explorance?
My role is as Associate Director of Performance Insights at the University of Western Australia. UWA has a size of about 31,000 students. It equates to about 24,500 EFSL for those who know what that would mean. We have about 3,500 permanent staff, and then we have a casual workforce that help with the teaching. My journey with Explorance began not long after the project implemented Blue into UWA. So I came on a little bit after all the decisions had been made. And my journey has been about trying to optimise the processes for the surveys to make sure that they run as efficiently, not only from the staff perspective, but also for the students.
When UWA came to Explorance for Blue and MLY, what are some of the challenges that your institution was trying to solve?
I think, like so many institutions, they started with an in-house built survey system and an in-house reporting system. And that person had retired. And so it was time to optimize with a solution that had the redundancy of being able to provide the service, have that managed off-site, and not be reliant on specific staff inside the institution, other than myself being the admin of the service, of course. That was what started the process, and then obviously that provided the opportunity to put in some key steps of what we needed to get out of that survey system. Some of the problems that they were finding is that the system, whilst it had some integration with our LMS, there was no centralised governance. And that was one of our biggest problems, is that some units were not completing the survey. Some units were doing it ad hoc. And we have a unit survey, we have a teaching component survey, and they were never being optimised properly, which makes benchmarking hard.
Absolutely. Can you share with us some of the reasons that your institution selected Explorance? What made us stand out compared to others in the market?
I think you do your due diligence, and you will find that the customer service was probably the biggest thing, that the promise that was made, and the fact that all the way through the project implementation, that was certainly met from what I had seen.
That's great to hear. Thank you. Since implementing Explorance, are you able to share some of the changes in process or outcomes within UWA?
Sure. So the biggest process improvement has been around the governance, in that because it's a centralised function now, every unit now has that survey function. Every teacher inside every unit is now being surveyed, and that provides benefit not only for us but also for the teaching staff, because now they have some survey data around how their students are perceiving them. So when they apply for a promotion, they've now got the data to back up why they should be given that promotion.
Very nice to hear. Any other success stories or quick wins that you can share with us?
We've had some quick wins. Certainly, once we started to implement the system, and I started engaging with certain unit coordinators that were also similarly engaged. They wanted to make sure they got the survey out, because they believed in the data and what they could do with the data. I've always promoted that the staff, when they begin a new teaching period, they should be talking to the students about what the previous students had said, and these are the things that we've changed based on your feedback, and that has been quite a positive thing. We've seen it's been incremental, but we are seeing a jump in our response rates now, and they're getting up to be healthy. We'd still obviously like to get more.
Always room for improvement.
Absolutely. And also the fact that because we can now benchmark a lot more of our teachers, when it comes promotion time, we're finding we're getting a lot of requests for help. so that these teachers can see how they get benchmarked against the other teachers. And the fact that we can provide that at the university level and more people, it's just that snowball keeps rolling down that hill and getting bigger.
You've also implemented MLY.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about how this has changed your ability to leverage open-ended feedback or comments?
Sure. We had blue text analytics, and that provided a level of engagement for us in terms of redacting certain comments. What we're now looking to do is use MLY and the structure of the exports that come out of that to understand not only what the topics are, but what recommendations we need, what should we be doing less of, what should we be doing more of, and my role inside data visualization as well is to make sure that that gets out to the people that need to make those decisions in a really easy and digestible format. And that's certainly been achieved through MLY.
We look ahead. What's next?
What's next? Implementing MLY over a lot more of our comments. At the moment, we've used a specific survey structure. We want to be able to implement that more, and I want to get really granular and work with the specific unit coordinators, but also start to become predictive in where there might be some issues. And then we'll see what happens.
I think final question. What are you hoping to achieve with Explorance in the future?
I would love for us to continue the journey. I think it's been really great working with everyone. They've always been so helpful. We're going to be implementing 9.6 or 9.7 by the time we roll over. I don't know. We've still got to organise that. That's going to bring with it, we also use BlueX, so that's going to give us BlueX 2.0 capabilities. And I know a lot of our users have been asking to have some of those functionality available, and I just need to hold on, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We just need a big platform change before we can have a small platform change.
Fantastic. Thank you, Adam, for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.